All right, everybody, what's going on? Back with another video, and today I want to talk about the debauchery with Antis again. Once again, it's warm. Anyways, I want to talk to you about the more debauchery. So, in the last video, I kind of wanted to paint the picture of how it really was and not just a piece. Obviously, when you're telling a story, both sides have a piece, but we're just going to stick with the raw facts. And that's simply because when they called our marketing group out, they tried to use facts by posting the contract that we had signed, but they only posted partial of it. But I kind of wanted to let you know why being involved with this was a red flag after about a week or two. After about a week, as we see here, we're in the Chinese community, Chinese channel for Antis, which we established and set up, and they are still using. But I wanted to point out to something that was very disturbing to me when I encountered this. There was a spat. There was an argument here in the Chinese group, and what happened is that the main person that Roger had running this channel after we created it, they both had differences, right? They both had differences. This guy wanted them to market very, very hardly. Very, very hard. And again, Roger does not want to do that. He doesn't even understand, even after getting all of the numbers and even after getting all the numbers and the emails from places like PooCoin, Coin Sniper, where you're running ads constantly for a month, you're looking at easily $12,000 to $15,000 running ads. Running ads on those sites for a month. Like monthly, weekly, it is so expensive. And if you don't believe me, go and look at it yourself. Go to PooCoin, go to Coin Sniper, and try to see how much they charge per week, and you'll believe me. They don't even want to spend that kind of money to get Antis out there. They want miracles and imaginary forces to do that. And so there was an issue here in the Chinese group where Roger had gotten into it with his person that is leading this Chinese channel, this Chinese group, and a few others. And what ends up happening, or the issue, is that somebody was trying to sell. Right? Somebody was trying to sell. Now this person is this person he got mad at this guy because people are coming in, they're buying and they're selling, or some people are not sticking to the sell. What he's been trying to do is get everybody who he personally talks to and works with to completely hold everything that they buy, or if he gives you allocations of the tokens, just hold it. He doesn't want anybody selling. And this guy here, Mac Winston, he accused him of, well, he didn't accuse him, the guy was trying to sell tokens. And what did Roger do? He blacklisted his wallet. This guy went ahead and showed video of him trying to sell, and it wouldn't let him sell. And he was very upset because this is his money that he spent buying these tokens, and Roger would not let him sell. And I'm gonna read you kind of what he's saying here. It says, "You sent a video showing people you were trying to sell 200 million tokens. That amount in the video shows the same amount in the wallet that you were complaining about." And another guy, Jackie from the private investor group, says, "You were trying to dump." "Yes, I showed them because I tried it. End of the story, end of investigation. Deb's word is law and is final." Somebody said, this guy, right? This guy got as you can see here, it says he tried to sell because he needed to make sure that he was really banned. And whether the English is kind of jacked up a little bit on their side, but basically what happened was this guy had bought tokens at launch, and when it got up to around 50x, he obviously sold some of his tokens. He obviously still had 200 million more tokens left. And when he sold off that first portion of tokens, Roger's job has been, since this thing launched, is to find and keep track of everybody not on the private sale group, people who just bought in public. His job, he has been watching everybody who accumulated a large amount of tokens. And what he does is he goes in and he limits the amount of tokens that they can dump, or he completely blacklists their wallet altogether. And what he's trying to, obviously what he's attempting to do is control the chart more by limiting the whales. So this guy obviously got pissed off because he has 200 million tokens that he wants to be able to sell either in one go or however he pleases, because it's an open market. You should be able to do what you want with your tokens because you spent money on it, right? Well, Roger doesn't agree with that, and he has been on a mission since December 28th to blacklist wallets, or to completely blacklist wallets or limit them. And as you can see here, they left this here in the chat because I guess they don't think people are going to go to the Chinese chat. I don't know. But the guy was complaining about doxing, and obviously he was misunderstood there. Let's see, I'm going to continue to read down a little bit. We bought into a utility, not a pump and dump. The guy Tiger, he said, so the reason he was banned simply because he bought too much in the beginning. And that's what the issue was. That's what I was saying. This guy bought a shit ton of tokens, and he was not on the private sale list. He was not on a pre-sale. He bought them fair and square. And Tiger's trying to stick up for this guy because he's like, you can't just be blacklisting people's wallets simply because they're holding a large amount of tokens. Like, that's illegal. And you're doxxed and KYC'd and you're doing that to people. That's a red freaking flag, man. That's a big red flag. I would not be doing that if I was doxxed and KYC'd. I just wouldn't. I mean, you're literally taking people's money. Somebody else said, since it's fair launch, why do you want the title? Mac has always been the holder and has not sold. Obviously he sold, but he was not in a private group, so it doesn't matter. So he told the guys, Tiger told everybody, we're not here to argue, please put your temper away. We just want to solve the issue. And that was to unlock the guy's wallet because he can legally sell whatever the fuck he wants to sell. Roger was in turn trying to get him to dox or KYC himself living in China, knowing that it's illegal to do so. So he was attempting to deflect and say, well, if you dox or KYC yourself, I'll definitely unlock your wallet. So it was crazy. And he said, also your phone number. I want your phone number. No. And then Roger responded, no, you do not want to solve anything. You want to complain about my style. Please start a project and tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I can learn from you. Somebody else said, sorry, Roger. The guy sent his address, his token address. And Tiger says, it must have been a misunderstanding. We are not trying to complain. I just wanted to make ANTIS better all along. I just want to help Max solve his issue of his blacklisted wallet. Let's see. The guy said, basically, Roger told him, I don't care about that guy. You're here to listen to me, not anybody else. And it's not your issue, basically. And as he's complaining about people dumping on other good people, him and his private investors are literally dumping on everybody in the public sale. And that's why you see the market cap to where it is now at 5 million, and it continues to go down because people are selling the more and more they find out what the hell is going on. you can only blacklist so many people's wallets before they start to ask questions. And immediately when people ask questions, they get this type of treatment. They get blocked, they get kicked from the freaking room, and that's the end of that. They will always try to come back in with another name or anything like that, but they are swiftly blocked. It says, if we wanted to pump and dump, this would be free realm for the pre-sellers. Somebody said, why should they hold long term if nobody else does? And again, that was Roger said, how can they do that? Let's see what else. Somebody accused them and said private sellers are selling, and he said that it was a sniper and he took care of it. I'm trying to see what the good part. It was so good. Oh, I think. Oh wow, they actually deleted some stuff. Yeah, so basically he basically said he was not gonna unlock anybody's wallets. And Tiger basically told him, I will continue to hold it, but I don't want to promote it. You find other Chinese to promote the Chinese market have the same value of the 7-digit digital currency. Chinese, it's easy to do things. You respect me a little bit, I'll respect you a lot. I don't think what I said today offends you or your team, but you seem to be angry with me in front of my members, so I continue to be an ordinary holder. You continue to get your project done well, and there is no debt between us. And basically, this was a gist of, like I said, of what has been transpiring. A lot of the fear from our group getting out was that we felt we were in a catch-22. Once Roger basically said, I'm only going to send you guys 1 BNB each and send our leader 1.5 BNB, and he basically slapped everybody in the face and spit on them. Basically, what we were afraid of at that point was, we are holding tokens. We are holding tokens that we agreed not to sell. But if you're not going to hold up your end of the bargain and actually pay us like you said you were going to pay us when it was time to pay us, then what other choice do we have? We just worked 4.5, almost 5 weeks, and we got paid. You wanted to pay us 1 BNB, and then you didn't even pay everybody. So you expected us to sit on those tokens and still uphold our agreement on the contract and not sell for 2 more months. What's today? This February. So we weren't supposed to be able to sell until next month, and we were expected to continue to work for free, and you weren't going to pay us. You were going to pay us pennies. So yeah, there was no other choice. The only other choice was to, everybody feels that it is their right to be paid. And so the only way that we can get paid is by cashing in our tokens. That's it. It's very simple. Very, very simple. And we gave you days. We gave you plenty of time to get us paid. And you blew us off, right? You blew us off, and we had to do something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we did. We waited, and we said, okay, we're going to give them enough time, opportunity, the benefit of the doubt, and we're going to wait. And then when you came back and said that you were going to pay us 1 BNB, and then you still didn't pay 2 of us the 1 BNB, yeah, it was at that moment that we decided as a group that we were all going to sell off our tokens and pay ourselves, because nobody wants to work for free. So that's what we did, guys. We cashed in our tokens, and that's why their whole premise is that we broke the contract. Well, we don't break contracts. We don't break contracts, but if you don't stand up to your contract, then we got to do something. Other than that, for this video, this was just a small thing. I just wanted to kind of show you guys this, but the next video will be us trying to dig through these wallets as they started moving money around so much. They started moving their money around crazy. And it's actually pretty sad, because while everybody, I don't know how many people in the private group knew. Obviously, they're all selling, so they don't really care. But when we started to realize and started tracking these wallets and following the transactions and the transfers, we realized what the fuck was going on, and our position in this was very fragile, because we stumbled across multiple people, including Roger, siphoning, pulling, cashing out, moving around money left and right. Millions of ANTIS tokens. Millions. Right? Millions of ANTIS tokens. And basically, in my opinion, basically what we thought what was happening is basically happening. This thing is hemorrhaging money, and nobody acts like they don't know where it's coming from. But when you follow the wallets, you know exactly where it's coming from. Private investors are basically draining this project dry, because they're all pulling out money. And honestly, I think this is just another money grab that they've probably been doing. Yeah, we had to be out, man. We had to get out of there. The project, like I said, it has major potential, but there's too many people, especially some of the private sellers that don't know much. They were starting to complain and basically saying, look, where the hell are these utilities, all these utilities? And now it's on their plate, since they've decided to renege on their end of the deal. All of the marketing is now in their hands. And I mean, again, the way they spend money, they don't know how to market anything. For example, they told us at the last minute that there was that we had a limited amount of funds for the ETH bridge marketing a day and a half before the release, and we couldn't get anything going because people like Caesar were booked, people like Venom were booked, Travlad were booked. You can't unless you're going to throw an extra so much amount of money on there that he doesn't want to give us. They're not going to give us those calls. So they actually found a call, and they did it on their own. I think he had his girlfriend do it. Roger had his girlfriend do it or something. Jackie or one of those people did it. But they got some kind of call. It did absolutely jack shit. They spent 6 to 8 BNB on that call the morning of the freaking release, the ETH bridge reveal. And it did nothing, because that's all they think that you have to do is just throw a little bit of money and then magic happens. It doesn't work that way, people. And we saw why. Let's see. Can we actually... Let me see what the chart looks like now. I don't know if it... I don't know if it ever recovered. Let's see. It's still 28 holders. And yeah, still 28 holders. Yeah, what's going on with this damn thing, man? And this is the result of the ETH bridge launch without Dons of Crypto and our influence and connections. This is them, ANTIS INU, spending 6 to 8 BNB for a call channel the morning of the freaking release, and this is what it did. So they have nobody else to blame but themselves, and as far as I'm concerned, they can have and do everything themselves, because it's not gonna work out the way they hope it is. If anything, they're gonna find another marketing team that knows what they're doing as well, and they're gonna charge them probably $40,000 to $50,000 up front as like a retainer, and for funds to start marketing, and also it's going to include their cost of being paid or whatever. So they're going to end up screwing themselves in the long run, and they don't even know what they had. I mean, the things that were planned for this freaking project, massive. We're talking about television interviews, right? With Spectrum News Network. We're talking about freaking, what else do we have? Radio advertisement and radio interviews with the one of the top DJs in Houston, who's syndicated in almost, I don't know how many different cities, but he was ready to be on board. Now they have nothing. So it is what it is. Anyways, guys, that's my rant on ANTIS for today. Make sure you come back and check out the next videos, man. We're just getting started. If they surrendered, the videos might stop. But my only wish at this point, for how bad they screwed us over, I mean, if it wasn't for the tokens, guys, we would have worked 4.5, 5 weeks for freaking 1 BNB. Unbelievable. But anyways, catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, matter of fact, if I were you, I would fucking get out of ANTIS as soon as possible. If you have a lot of money in there, I would get out of it because they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Peace.